Reactionaries have done this to every group of immigrants that has ever entered the United States in any large numbers for the country's entire existence. If there is evidence that links the bomb threats to these claims, you should just understand that that is the intended outcome. You know, make sure the lower orders are squabbling amongst each other. That takes the heat off us and everything we've done, so we can continue just robbing the general populace, right? Okay, so there's bomb threats in Springfield, Ohio. Bomb threats on Friday forced the evacuation and closure of public schools and municipal buildings for a second consecutive day as the city continues to deal with the sudden national attention because of false claims involving its Haitian population. Students at Perrin Woods and Snow Hill elementary schools in Springfield were evacuated from their buildings to an alternate district location, school district spokesperson Jenna Linesars said. The brown arm. Roosevelt Middle School was closed to the beginning of the school day. Roosevelt Middle School was closed prior to the beginning of the school day in relation to the information received from the Springfield Police Department. Linars said. I'm sorry, I can't say this name. Linasars. In addition to those school evacuations, several city commissioners and a municipal employee were the target of an emailed bomb threat, spokesperson Karen Graves said. A second email threatened multiple locations that included Springfield City Hall, Cliff Park High School, Perrin Woods Elementary School, Roosevelt Middle School, and the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and the Ohio License Bureau Southside, Graves added. Jesus Christ. As a precaution, all affected buildings have been evacuated. Authorities with the support of explosive detection canines, have conducted through inspections and cleared the facilities listed in the threats, Graves said in a statement. Local police and FBI agents based in Daytona were working to determine the origins of these email threats, the city official said. The city just west of Columbus has been the focal point of a national political firestorm that has included false rumors that Haitian immigrants have been stealing and eating household pets. City officials and the police have said there is no credible information to support those outlandish claims. So, this article, and I couldn't find any other ones that did. So far, there's no direct evidence linking the claims by the right and these bomb threats. So just as a prerequisite, if there is evidence that links the bomb threats to these claims, you should just understand that that is the intended outcome. That's the intended outcome. The entire point of singling out a group, in this case Haitians, accusing them of all this crazy violent behavior and et cetera, the point is to incite violence against them. Because that's how they know the propaganda's working, right? The point is to take genuine insecurity, anger, resentment, distrust, etc., legitimate, direct it at some group, some scapegoat, right? have them get attacked, have the people doing the attacking feel like they're, targeting the people who they have been told to blame for whatever problems they're facing, and then take the sights off of the right-wing politicians who, of course, are actually the ones in power and doing the things that have fucked up places like Ohio, right? That's the point. Make sure the lower orders are squabbling amongst each other. That takes the heat off us and everything we've done, so we can continue just robbing the general populace, right? So the state corporate complex can just continue robbing blind the general populace. Have the lower orders squabble amongst each other so we can continue to do that. And we can tell this one group that they've done a good job, preserving their rung on the social order, and they can feel good about that as we continue to just make their lives increasingly worse year after year. That's the point. And I do think it's important, whenever shit like this happens, is to put it in its historical context a little bit, right? Like, reactionaries have done this to every group of immigrants that has ever entered the United States in any large numbers for the country's entire existence. The United States is a country of people in diaspora. That's the whole history of the country. And the ruling class of the country have always, always, always taken the opportunity to blame whatever group of immigrants it is, the Irish, the Italians, the Polish, the Chinese, the Mexican, blah, 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 the Haitian, right? Whatever group it is, to blame for the conditions that they themselves have created, right? Again, take the heat off them, let the lower orders squabble amongst each other. The Irish are crime-ridden, drunken alcoholics. They're lowering your wages. It's not because we have robber barons who are paying workers poverty wages and having them live in slum tenements while they do all the production that make them rich. No, it's the Irish who make it hard for you to buy bread, It's the same story with every group of immigrants ever in the history of this country. And you should understand that. And knowing that, ask yourself, how many times have the reactionaries doing the fear-mongering against X, Y, or Z immigrant group been correct about that group? They do it about every immigrant group ever in the history of the country. And how many times have they been right? None. There's always tons of better explanatory causative factors for why that group of immigrants is poor, why there's crime. Of course, immigrants, illegal and legal immigrants, commit less crime than American citizens do, but even then, crime in their communities, whatever. The fact that they are X or Y immigrant group is never a good reason. Never a good explanation for why those things happen, right? Per every social science study ever done, right? Your reaction when you hear people doing this, scapegoating immigrants for whatever problem it is you should look directly at the people doing the scapegoating and ask yourself, what might they be doing to me and this group of immigrants that could be causing problems in our communities? And might they be scapegoating this group of immigrants to take the sights off them for creating the conditions that lead to things like crime and poverty, etc.?